Welcome back, beloved listeners. You've tuned in to Feed Your Chakras, and I'm your host, Angela Ahimsa. And in today's episode, we are giving you a devotional offering in itself. Joining us today is the extraordinary SatKirin Khalsa, a sacred chant artist, Kundalini Yoga teacher, and the founder of the Naad Academy, who is one of the most respected carriers of Gurbani Kirtan in the world. Her voice has become a guiding light for so many on the path of healing and awakening. And her ancient mantras are performed with feminine grace, spiritual depth, and sonic devotion. So today we're going to be diving into the healing power of sacred sound and the role of Naad in chakra alignment and how to build a devotional life in a modern world. So SatKirin, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Angela. Beautiful, beautiful intro. I'm grateful.
You're beautiful, divine being. I'm so honored to have you here with me. But before we begin with our questions, I would like to invite you to share some of your practice, whether it's a mantra, breath work, a song, whatever you feel called to in your heart. Let this be a powerful prayer of entry point into this conversation today.
Wow. Thank you. So when I first heard feeding your chakras, it was Angela. It was like, what? What do I have to feed my chakras for? And it was like, no. I've got 8 of them, and how do I keep them under control? And well, I got to balance them, and that's where are we going? Well, the place that we're going is the place where the human being resonates in the highest, most articulate, most balanced part of creation, which is from the third eye to the 10th gate. We have a connection as human beings which no other animal has. Animals have very instinctive connections, but a human being has a spiritual connection. It's not, are you Jewish, are you Catholic, are you Hindu? It's a very, very basic vibrational entry into this world. The minute you took your first breath, coming through the birth canal, that's when you connected with infinity, because the creative energy of the universe breathed and gave you a breath, and you were born. Without that breath, you would never have been born. You would just be a body. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, in my practice and my teaching, I'm a student, I'm a searcher, I'm a practitioner. So I do all the things that I teach, and I'm so delighted that, Angela, Jesse, that you chose this topic, healing through mantra. I mean, that's pretty simple, but it's a very, very, very deep destination point for a human to have that moment to connect with their spirit through all your faculties. And we have so many faculties. So we have the sound, we have the breath, we can hear, we can speak, we can articulate, we can ignore.
We can express with our bodies.
Yeah. I mean, I just was reading a paper called The Study of Naad. And Naad is when you have sound in a perfect balance, that perfect balance of sound will align the human being, the human experience, so that you can be aware, awake, and elevated. But it doesn't come automatically. I mean, maybe it could come automatically, but I would say it requires some practice and it requires work. So.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're sharing today. And I hope you have some water, because I'm going to drink my
please
water.
help yourself.
Hydrate my.
You're going to be singing soon. So.
Chakra.
Yes. My throat chakra was actually my weakest chakra for so long. And it was actually through kirtan that I started to open it, I guess, or like really discover, because before I shied away from singing. I actually avoided it so much that I started learning the viola, and I have the smallest hands in the world. So that was not working out for me because I just didn't want to do the work, right? But when I got into it through yoga, and it became more of a devotional practice and trying to express rather than trying to impress. And I just felt how the vibrations and like everybody just raising their consciousness and everything together. And it was just this collective unity of devotion. It was so beautiful. So that's actually how I got into it. And I'm definitely not a singer, but I aspire to be like you with all your chanting and mantras someday. So I'm just so honored to have you here and to share some of your experience with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That, the way you describe your experience is just probably most everybody's experience. I don't know how many people come out and just like, oh, I'm a fantastic singer.
Who knew?
No, not usually. So, yeah, thank you. That's
you really do have to sing it's one of the best ways to strengthen your throat chakra is to sing and get past that blockage, which is where you have that scratchy voice or can't sing at all.
Oh, but then you know what else you have to overcome? Is your mind, your monkey mind. It says, ew, I don't like the way it sounds.
Yes.
That's huge. That's huge.
But that's the shift. Like for me, I'm a performer as well, and I had the biggest stage fright. But I just started performing, and I loved it so much. But when I realized how I could shift my performance, and then it became not so much about trying to impress them. Once again, it was expressing. And then I found that people just enjoyed it because they love your truth, whether it's perfect or whether it's not. It's that authenticity that I think that people, well, not even you're trying to get them, but I just feel like that's what resonates with people more so.
Okay, well, I'd love to tell you a little story. The evolution of, if you look at the evolution of creation, it's a big, big, big topic. But when you think of it in terms of the evolution of yourself, from the time you take your first breath and then you take baby steps, you're just a small child, and you really rely on your parents to teach you and guide you. And then in that process, you actually get just some basics. And when it comes to mantra meditation, I just want to take you back. What is this word? What do you call this? Kirtan, Anita?
Kirtan?
I mean, Angela, sorry. Angela, how do you say that word? I'm going to hear it. Say it?
Kirtan.
Okay. Okay, in New York.
Am I saying it wrong?
Okay, so I'm pointing out to you how important it is, because the kind of the Naad of this type of meditation is specific.
It's a vibrational language.
It's a rhythmic language.
Okay.
I don't want to correct you, but I just want to add a dimension.
That's what I was told, so I trust that you know better than me.
Well, yeah. Well, it's my area, right? Okay. So the rhythm, the mouth is called the cave of wisdom, here. And of course, the vocal cords they live in that small box in the throat area. That's the throat chakra. This morning, I was reading the scriptures for everybody, and it was like, I can't, I was losing my voice. So yeah, good old water, keep it close by. It did help. But warming up the voice and being sensitive to your own experience, your own articulation. So when I say the cave of wisdom and what's inside the mouth, the tongue, right? So when you say the word, each word has a frequency. And if you get the frequency right, it actually has an impact on your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like so fundamental because it's not Hindu chanting and it's not English,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is. It's like, I want to show you a little, like, take that word kirtan. Everybody in New York, in the yoga centers, oh, I'm going to do kirtan, I'm going to a kirtan. But then if you stop and listen and you say, Gir, say it, Gir. So what you're doing is you're making the K sound, and you're letting the tongue vibrate right there on the palate behind the teeth.
Okay.
Gir,
Here,
Gir,
here,
tan,
Kirtan.
Giritan.
Kirtan.
I'm also putting the frequency on the first syllable. Giritan.
Kirtan.
So that, can you feel it? How different it is inside your mouth? Yes. So what the tongue is doing is we have the meridian points inside the mouth, and these meridian points, when they make a sound pattern of Naad, they will create a pattern which will vibrate with the hypothalamus and the pituitary. And these are all inside your chakras.
Yes.
If you get it right, you're right on that very straight, narrow pathway.
I'm so excited. Can you, I'm so, this is why we needed to have you on here, because I've gone to Kirtan classes for so long. And, not a lot of people actually put enough emphasis on the correct pronunciation. So,
yeah, it's true.
yes.
Well, sometimes people say, well, if I get it wrong, do I get an effect? And yes, you get an effect. And it comes in increments. It's just like when you work out, like how many sit-ups can you do? How many push-ups can you do? You just do it for the first time. How many do you do? Like, maybe you can do 1 or 2, right? But when you practice it, you get stronger. So it's the same thing with refining your sound, refining your pronunciation. The more exact you can do it. But you can't like beat yourself up with your head. No. So anyway, we all start wherever we are.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to invite you to grab your instrument, and I'm going to grab my charger, and then we will get started. Okay, 1 second.
Okay. Grab my instrument. Yes, my instrument's my voice. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Now, I just want to make something really clear to you, Angela, and everybody else. This box here, this wooden box they call a harmonium, it's not my instrument. My voice is my instrument. Your voice is your instrument. So that's all I wanted to say for that.
Can I see it? I'm just curious. It looks a little like an accordion.
Oh, yes. It's related to the accordion, but
okay.
They made it real easy. You can stand and play it. You can sit on the and play it. Yeah.
Cool. My grandfather used to play the accordion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, I have a very musical family on my dad's side. They even make instruments. So I feel like I inherited it. I just haven't fully gotten out of the musical closet yet.
Yeah, good. So come on, step on out with me.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do the block. We were practicing this off stage. Okay, what are we singing? Just so people know.
Yeah, here we go. This is the mantra. Now listen carefully. Wah. See? Can you see my lips? Wah.
Wah.
Wah is like the sound of water dripping and dropping on.
Wah.
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 Second sound is hey, hey.
Wah.
Hey is a smile. Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Okay.
Wah.
No attitude. Neutral. Okay. Neutral. Next. Guru.
Guru.
Perfect.
Oh, I like that. See, I've said that one before.
Wah. Yeah. Wah. Hey. Guru.
Wah. Hey Guru.
Perfect. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. So now we're going to say it 8 times. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe
Guru.
Good.
Guru. Okay.
Now close your eyes and say it.
Okay, and am I tapping too? This is a lot. Okay.
No, don't tap. Don't
Okay,
tap.
okay, I'll just do the wahe.
Pressure's off. Pressure's
Okay,
off.
all right. Okay. Hey Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's so
Ooh.
nice.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And the rhythm that you're using is Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Do it again.
Wahe Guru.
Everybody.
Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru.
Okay, now we're going to change the rhythm.
Okay.
Wahe. So we have to do it fast. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru.
Wahe Guru.
Go on.
Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru.
Okay, can I correct you?
Of course. I felt that was a little off. I didn't know I was going to be singing. Okay.
But you said it perfectly.
Okay. That's okay. I'm here.
So I'm changing the rhythm
Okay.
because rhythm is part of this.
Okay.
Because Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru.
Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru.
Good, gorgeous. Okay, you got it.
Woo!
So I have to also add something. Do you talk much about the Aquarian age?
I'm very into it. I haven't really spoken about it much yet, but we are kind of in that transition time. Also, the creation of New Earth, just kind of the same thing, in my opinion.
Great. Thank you for introducing that. So this is what we're doing is called, I call good company. We're practicing good company.
We are good company.
Yes, we are good company. And why are we good company? Because we're chanting together. And we're chanting together the sounds that bring us harmony and elevation, happiness, balance, right?
Mm-hmm. Equanimity.
What else?
Equanimity, harmony. See, now I'm chanting. I'm not even trying. Harmony.
Okay. So the power, the most important power in this particular place called the Aquarian Age is group chanting.
Okay.
But you have to be really careful what you're going to chant, right? Mm-hmm.
So I'm an Aquarian too, so we're just going to elevate this even more now.
Okay.
Supercharged.
Okay. So, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you can chant lines from the Bible, you can chant Hindu chants, you can chant
affirmations,
country music, Western, but it's not going to have the same impact because most of the music that we do is about is person to person, emotion to emotion, feeling, and the whole point is getting beyond all that.
Yes.
So we're going to take it down to a very, very simple level, which is wa means wow, wa.
Wow.
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 So we're explaining because this is a soul language. I'm not talking to you folks out there. I'm talking to everything, the creator. Yay. Hey.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey.
And hey is a continuation of the exclamation of greatness, acknowledging greatness.
Wahe.
And then the last word, guru. 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 Guru is a guide. Mm-hmm. Guru is what in your meditative mind takes you from maybe ignorance to wisdom, or we can say darkness to light. Shine the light on, right? Turn the light on so you can see.
Yes.
This is the inner light, the light of the soul. We want to share the light of the soul with each other, but we want to share it with ourselves so that we can actually be connected.
Mm-hmm.
When we're connected, we get information, and the information goes beyond the blah, blah, blah of what your mind, because your mind's constantly blabbing. Yeah. So we want to neutralize all that. And by singing together with other people, we're actually expanding the power of our one voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a geometric expansion.
Exponential.
Yeah, exponential is a good word.
Yeah.
Big word.
But this is big work.
So we're not even going to chant Waheguru. We're going to breathe it. It says breath comes first.
I'm in.
What?
I said I'm in.
Okay, she's in. We're in this together, you guys.
Okay.
Okay, unfortunately, I have to sing. Oh, dang.
No, that's not unfortunate. You go, girl.
Okay. So what we're doing is we place our hands in prayer pose. It's no mistake. When we take the palms of the hands together, we are balancing the right and left hemisphere of our physical body and of our radiant body. When we put the thumbs at the heart center, we're balancing through the central nerve.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to know the name, the vagus cavity, but and so this is where we're focusing. Then you take your eyes, close your eyes, but don't close them yet.
Okay.
See this spot right here? This is called the third eye. It is a chakra. Mm-hmm. You can put your finger there. It's between the eyebrows, and we're looking up there with the closed eyes because we're looking inside, right? Okay, looking inside. So now we're going to inhale 8 Wahegurus. Then we're going to exhale 8 Wahegurus. This may be a little bit challenging, but it's...
So can you just give us an example of what an inhale the Waheguru is? Like, do we do it for each sound, or do we just breathe in for that length of...
You're just breathing. So as I go Waheguru, so you're going to breathe through your nose only through the nose.
Okay.
And then you're going to exhale. So we're going to inhale, hold the breath.
Okay.
I can't do it at the same time. And then you exhale, hold the breath out.
Okay, and breathing out through the nose.
Angela's going to be your...
I'll be the breath guide. She'll be the voice. Okay.
So we're going to inhale slowly. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Now exhale. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. So that's 8.
Okay.
So I have to go really fast so you won't lose your breath.
Yeah. I mean, I'm practicing breath work, but for our audience, we don't want them passing out if they're new to this. So,
which is why I gave Angela a recording. But since it doesn't work,
well, we can try. We can try. Do you want to try?
Let's try it without first.
Okay. I like you doing it because I feel like we're more present. Yes.
Sure. Okay. Sit up straight and tall.
Okay. I'm ready.
Your thumbs are at the heart center.
Yes. Okay.
And your eyes are looking up at the third eye. So all you're going to do is control your breath so that you're slowly breathing in. I'll do a pause. So you're inhaling, and I'll go Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru 8 times. Then I'll say exhale, and you'll exhale for 8 times. Holding the breath out or doing it, controlling the breath for 8 times.
And then do we just continue that, or do I start chanting afterwards?
Keep going.
I'll just keep breathing. Okay.
Let's hold, exhaling, but do a slow breath so you can go. Okay.
Okay.
Ready, set?
Yes. Breathe out first, guys.
Waheguru, 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 exhale, Waheguru, 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 inhale, Waheguru, 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 exhale, Waheguru, 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 inhale, Waheguru, Waheguru. Can you do it?
Yeah, like the breathing?
Yeah, so is it working? Am I going fast enough for you to do it?
No, it's perfect actually. And I feel the rhythm, like now that you've done it twice, like I feel the rhythm, so I know where to.
Okay, great. So let's do this for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Deal?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, where's my timer? You're so
And for
nice.
the audience, if you're following this, just try to breathe slow. Don't do like a big inhale, because then you'll be holding it at the top.
Yeah, is it?
Yes, nice and slow.
Thank
Same
you.
with the breath.
Perfect instruction. Okay, ready,
Okay.
set. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Exhale. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Waheguru, 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 Inhale, hold the breath, hold the breath. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Inhale, sorry. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm reciting. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Breathe. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Breathe. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Breathe. Speak. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Inhale. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Breathe. Inhale. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Breathe. Inhale. Listen. Just hear your voice without speaking. Just listen. I'll be your voice. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Breathe. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Inhale, hold the breath. Continue to hear the word Waheguru. Feel the rhythm. Exhale, slow. Inhale slowly. Relax the breath. Keep your eyes focused up at the third eye center. And just let this sound continue without speaking, but hear with your inner ear. And allow that hearing to go up to your third eye. Breathe. Allow your listening to go up to the top center of the head, the crown. Crown yourself. And now let the sound emanate from your head into the aura, into the air all around you. And feel one within. Feel one with the sound. Feel oneness with your creativity. Hold that space, hold it. Continue to hear, continue to breathe. Long, slow, deep breath. Control that breath. Keep breathing. Keep directing your attention to the top of your head and out like a fountain. And relax the breath. Stretch your arms up. Shake your hands out. Shake out the hands. And hold on to the energy. Try to get too wild. Stretch. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, stretch. Yay. And bring the palms back to the heart center. And just say, thank you, self.
Thank you.
Very much. Okay.
That was so beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What happened? Okay. Wow. So I don't know if you guys were following along, but that was really profound and deep. At least it was for me. I saw it was almost like kaleidoscopes. I saw aura colors. I was vibrating really high. It just, wow. My whole body's vibrating.
For those of you who feel nothing, worry not. You didn't see anything, you didn't feel anything. It's all good. It's just baby steps. This lady's been meditating for a while on the breath, so
Yes. Yeah.
no judgment, no judgment.
Yeah, no judgment, but I can tell you, if you do the practice and you keep breathing and you get into this state, it is amazing. Okay.
And I do have a recording specifically calibrated for this meditation, this pranayam. Pranayam means breath meditation.
Mm-hmm. And let them know where you can find your music, because we were going to play it off Spotify, but we just didn't think that the sound quality was good. So we gave you a little live performance here, which I always think is better because then the energy is just present. But you're on Spotify, you're on Apple Music. Where else can people find you?
iTunes, Amazon.
Yes, you have a big following too.
Pandora.
I was like, whoa.
It's on all the networks. I can tell you that if you go, I know that if you go to a place called seeknet.com.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, SeekNet.
Since I have 23 albums, I can't guarantee that all these networks have all these albums. But I wanted to give you, a couple examples of what it is like mantra meditation. Sometimes it's singing, sometimes it's listening. It always includes the breath because we never stop breathing, but we can modulate our breath to open up, to get beyond the frenzy, the irritation of the mind. And
Mhm.
the breath is really balancing and unifying. So it's very important. And that these sound patterns that we're making with this language, the language is coming from the technology of something we call Kundalini Yoga,
Mhm. Love
and
food.
also from Shabad Guru.
Mhm.
And you can, if you're concerned about religion or religious practice, like I think that's kind of it's a human technology. It's a human technology of experience of the expanded awareness. So it's not any particular religion, but it happens to be that the light of Guru Nanak, which originated in that human being, it's interesting because it's not one person through all the ages. It's like Guru Nanak was given a light through the sound current where Infinite spoke to him while he was submerged in the river. He came out reciting something called Japji. It's called Recite the Soul. And so these sound currents have the capacity to do everything that we're talking about, which is called yoga is unity, it's union.
Mhm.
So it's not just exercise, it's not just postures. It's actually this is Raj yoga.
Yes.
Raj yoga. And Raj yoga is the highest yoga because it takes us out of the physical body. And we have 10 bodies. So what are you going to do? 8 chakras, 10 bodies. There's a lot going on there.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think that's enough.
Okay. So I just want to get back to the practice that we just did. The mantra. When you share a mantra, for me it felt like a transmission and like kind of like a remembering. What do you believe is being activated in people when they chant with you or they listen to your music?
Very good question. Okay. This morning I was walking, listening to different people's music, and it was just like, oh, wow, I love that rhythm. And it was just like, oh, that woman has such a gorgeous voice. And I was getting into, now, could you listen to some of your own SatKirin? So I put on Triple Mantra. Triple Mantra, it is there's 3 different mantras. Ad Gurinama. So it's one for the past karma, one for the present karma, and one to clear the future karma.
Mhm.
Time is happening simultaneously. So when we think we know where we are in time and space, you may know for your finite awareness, but for your infinite self, we're basing this all on the fact that a human being, is a spiritual existence. An animal doesn't have that consciousness, the human does. So when you're born as a human, you have this great capacity to connect with the source. And I call the source the creator. It could be Mother Nature, but it is the creator. It is the original unity of all creation. So, but we don't get that awareness unless we train ourselves to meditate. And that's why we're meditating. So even if you're in meditation grade 1 or grade 12 or college level, you still have to do the work. You still have to do it every day to clean out the debris of your mind, because everywhere we go we're picking up all kinds of subliminal information, which is why I don't like to go see horror movies, because then,
Yeah.
yeah, it imprints in my mind and I have to clear that out. So
Mhm.
anyway,
Yes.
and when we get into that space where you become so neutral that your mind is still blabbing, but you're not paying attention to it, now you can focus. Then you get the information that goes beyond your finite self. And that's really the wonderful place to be. And that's why, I think that's why we go from simple mantras to like shabads. Shabad means to cut the ego. So you have the scriptures of the Sikhs. Now, why are the scriptures of the Sikhs important? Because they give you information. They align you as you're thinking with a simple truth, which is a connection. Where's my phone? I have one all ready for you to read, to hear, but I lost my phone. Oh, there it is. So so there's two things going on. One is to still your mind.
Mm-hmm.
One is to allow your intuitive mind, because we're all connected with infinity. We have a soul. That soul is already connected with the whole thing, God, creativity. Then when we're connected, we get the neutral information. We can pick and choose, of course, but that inner self, accessing it is very, very, it takes practice, and it's very, very informative. Mm-hmm. So you can get beyond the worry and the doubt, right? That's pretty much what sits in the way, right?
Yeah.
So tell me more.
What do you find the spiritual significances between listening versus chanting? So, for example, if somebody's listening to your music, but they're not quite familiar with the exact pronunciation, can transformation still occur just by receiving the sound?
Yes, absolutely. So in your inner ear, you have these small fibers inside your the ear canal that are actually vibrating with the same frequency as the pronunciation of the words. So you get an impact from listening, and it's also training your mind not to listen to the blah, but to listen to the sound of the mantra. Mm-hmm. So it is. I think chanting is very endearing because humans love to sing. We have music. This is like such a gift. The human being, where would we be without music, without the rhythm? So the rhythmic structure of the words has the frequency. And when we hear it, we get that rhythm, and we can have a meditative experience. Reciting it and singing it, it's all good. It all works.
Yeah.
So thank you. Very important question.
Yeah. I'm very conscious about what I like. I actually listen to music like yours, and I listen to medicine music a lot. I stopped listening to mainstream so long ago. I don't even know what's on the radio anymore. But it doesn't necessarily have to be in mantras too. But I just find it's very important because words do carry a specific vibration, and you can even see that in water and stuff. So I just find that people need to be definitely more conscious, like you even mentioned with watching horror movies, how bad that, because it actually imprints in our brain and takes up real estate.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned water, because if our body is like 75, 80, this isn't exact, if we're that much water, we compose. So yeah, we're really imprinting heavily. So in this age, you really want to be careful what you say and how you say it.
Totally. I think my plants, because I play like very positive, or I play, natural music like drums and stuff, and my plants thrive. Like you can only see this, but I have a whole jungle because they get all the positive words and stuff. Yeah, it makes me happy. Little plant mom. Okay, so in your teachings, how do the chakras respond to vibration? And are there specific mantras or rags, probably pronouncing that wrong, that resonate with particular energy centers?
Absolutely, definitely. Anything that, when you talk about chakras, we're going from the base. And like I was trying to illustrate for a human being, that 10th gate, that soft spot on your skull, when you went through the birth canal to be born into this planet with your first breath, you probably had a mantra going through the birth canal, and you probably also had a memory of all your previous lives. And when you go through the birth canal, there's all this pressure. It's not an easy place to go through, but then you go through the process of forgetting. You forget everything. So that's why you're starting all over again. And that's why if you are chanting to your plants, if you're chanting to your unborn child, if you're singing words of love, words of harmony, words of inspiration, it's feeding your upper chakras, and that's the destination that a human being can celebrate and can master. There you go. The
Yeah.
chakra.
I love that. Yes, my plants are my biggest fans. They hear all the singing in here.
Well, yeah, it's funny because we have a farm here. It's called the Khalsa farm. My husband's not a farmer, but he started the farm because we live out in the country in this spiritual center called Espanola. Anyway, we have our music playing all the time. So when they go today, they're over at the farmers market in Santa Fe. Of course, the vegetables are the most delicious. And I'm not saying this from ego. It's just that people come to the booth and they want our vegetables. So it's no brain surgery to know that these vegetables have, they're imbued with this vibration. So everything you do has an impact. And that's what humans have to learn. I don't want to get political, but it's very easy to get political at the moment.
Yes.
Anyway, God bless us. I can read you a line from the Shabad Guru, the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib.
Sure.
So you can understand how the words of the Guru, even though they have these patterns, but when you actually hear the words and you can understand with your mind, you're getting guidance. So here's the Guru Arjan Dev. He's the son of Guru Ramdas. He says, hey, soul, hello. Your only support is the Naam. Now, the Naam is the name of God. That's what he's saying. Whatever else you do or make happen, the fear of death is always going to hang over you. That's pretty intense, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, uh-oh. But, when you get down to it, yeah, okay. He said, God or the Creator is not obtained by any other efforts, and it is by great good fortune that you meditate on the Lord. Now, here, I think what Guru Arjan Dev is saying, meditation on the Lord, is this sound current. It's this equation of sound which unifies your experience. He said, you may know hundreds and thousands of clever tricks, but not even one of them will be any use to you in the hereafter. So, good deeds done in the pride of ego, they're just swept away, like the house of sand is swept by the water. When God shows his mercy, Nanak receives the Naam in the Satsangat, the company of the holy. So he's saying, you know what? When you're really blessed, when you're lucky, you get this teaching, this meditative teaching. So, and where do you get the Naam, this meditative sound? In the community of good people, the Satsangat. Satsangat are people who are working on their discipline. They're working on themselves. And this is called the company of the holy. So that's what Guru Arjan Dev said. And that is a Shabad. And we sing it. So it's a bigger mantra, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's just kind of a little snippet of this this area called mantra meditation for healing. So I had given Angela 3 samples because one, the triple mantra is a walking meditation where you walk with the rhythm, and you're meditating. One of them is what we just did, which is the pranayama. You do sitting down where you're breathing. The third one is called Satnam Guru. I've got a beautiful trumpet from Dave Douglas, world-class trumpet player known, but he practices Kundalini Yoga. So he really got the trumpet to behave in a chanting way. So that's just an example of how you can listen to mantra and feel the effect. You don't know the words necessarily. Maybe you do know the words, but it's just experientially, there's different levels of holding that space and being in the joy of the sound current to do whatever you need to do at that moment, whether it's healing, whether it's calming yourself, whether it's helping somebody else calm themselves. We're here to do that work, and we start with ourselves and our breath. So I think that's a good beginning, right?
Yes, I completely agree. I'm the noisy neighbor because I'm always playing music and stuff. But everything that I do is to music, and as I listen to medicine music, I feel like that's why my food tastes so good, because it's like infused into the food and the energy that I'm embodying as I'm listening. I really do believe in all of that. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I just wanted to add to your experience is that there's a rhythm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that rhythm, how important is the rhythm? I'll tell you how important the rhythm is. The rhythm of this words is actually, it drives the sound into your cells. Mm-hmm. So on a cellular level, you're getting an experience without the listening. Well, of course you're listening. Without the knowing, without the mind moving, you're allowing that experience to permeate through you. Mm-hmm. So God bless you, Angela.
God bless you. I'm also, as you know, I'm a dancer. So it's like, I love dance because it is, especially when it's something like a social dance or just, you're dancing by yourself without choreography. It is such an authentic expression and embodiment mm-hmm. of yourself and your truth in the present moment, and when you're partner dancing, I actually believe it activates the higher chakras because often your hearts are connected and you're moving to the music, which you may or may not know, but you're in sync with this other person. And it's like a psychic, intuitive connection because you're so attuned to them and you guys are communicating this universal language in synchrony and making beautiful movement or expression out of it. I love it.
Okay. Another topic, isn't it? Okay. Yes. Yeah, so that goes back to sound current. And sound current is what we have as human beings. We have the ability to articulate, to speak, to sing, and communication. It was huge, 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 huge. And I think one of the biggest parts of communicating is listening as well as speaking. Mm-hmm. And, when you get into the dance and the feeling of the dance, when you get to the space of this selflessness, then you can lose your body. I mean, it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Yeah. So anyway, yes, dance away. Sing away.
I will. We all need more music in our life or sound.
Right. Articulated music. Good. Mm-hmm. So anyway, welcome everybody to this whole new space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so with so much distraction in the current world we're in, how can people cultivate inner Naad, the sacred sound or current within, and how can we let that guide our actions?
I think if you have a spiritual practice, and you choose one mantra, then that becomes automatic. When it becomes automatic in you, it will always be there to serve you. And I think this is really, really important. It's called meditating without meditating, ajap ajap. The biggest message of the Shabad Guru is recite, jap. You're either reciting with your mind, you're reciting with your cells, you're reciting by art singing. And, I just went through this experience in India where I realized that if you're constantly dealing with positive and negative, and I have to decide, am I going to get on this airplane without a visa and suffer the results, or am I going to stick around and get my visa? I mean, this actually happened to me. It was called an exit visa. It's just like, who needs an exit visa to get out of the country? So anyway, I decided, you know what, it doesn't matter. So my mantra kept going in my mind, and this mantra was, Ardas Bhai, it's like the prayer was said, Ardas Bhai, Amardas Guru, Amardas Guru, Ardas Bhai.
I
Guru
listened to
Amardas,
this mantra.
it's
I
like the
recognize
prayer.
it.
And then it's Ram Das Guru, Ram Das Guru, Ram Das Guru, Sachi Sahi. So why am I saying Guru Amar Das? Because he was an old man and he didn't become Guru till he was 80 years old. So for 20 years in his old age, he's like, has this heavy load of having to guide everybody. So he did the work. Then Ram Das Guru, Ram Das, he guarantees your prayer. So it just all it basically is that when you have a basic mantra that you use, whether it's as simple as Waheguru, 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 or Guru Guru, Waheguru, Guru Ramdas Guru, that you use it, you practice it, it becomes your mantra. Nobody has to give it to you specially. Your soul knows what it needs, and it'll keep changing. Why not? We keep growing and changing in understanding. And when you practice that, it becomes a foundation for your life. So you're always covered. You're always covered. And that's almost without having to make up your mind. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Am I going to go? Am I going to stay? You're just good with you. You do the work and you're good. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
Allow. So that's like that's a prayer actually.
Yeah. Okay, so since we talked about people starting out and starting a devotional practice, what is one mantra or affirmation or prayer that you hold particularly close to your heart?
Okay. Simple Guru. Repeat after me. Guru.
Guru.
Okay, we're not going to say it. We're going to Guru.
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 Wahe Guru.
Wahe Guru.
Guru Ram Das Guru.
Guru Ram Das Guru.
Bravo. Simple. Guru Guru Wahe Guru Guru Ram Das Guru. Sing it any way you like.
Okay.
Let me hear you.
All right. Guru. What is it again? Guru.
Okay, these are the words we want to say.
What does it start with? Guru.
Guru, but sing it. Don't say it.
Guru.
Okay. Guru, Guru,
Guru, Guru,
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru, Ram,
Guru, Ram Das Guru.
Okay. The whole thing? Or just
Yeah, well, this is called an Ashtanga mantra. It's 8
right.
parts.
I got this. All right. Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Ram Das. You forgot the
Guru,
Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru, Ram Das Guru. Let's just sing it together a few times, okay?
Sorry.
No, let's just do it.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
All right.
Be very peaceful. Breathe. I'm going to raise the pitch. Guru, 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 Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru, Guru,
Guru, Wahe Guru, 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 Ram Das Guru.
Okay, you're adding an extra Guru. It's only 8. I'm trying. Okay. Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. Okay, I'll say it and then you repeat after.
Okay.
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Guru Ram Das Guru. Okay,
I got it.
Okay, but do a pause
Okay.
after me.
Okay.
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru. Your turn.
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Guru Ram Das Guru,
Guru Ram Das Guru,
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Guru, Guru, Rahe Guru,
Guru Ram Das Guru.
Guru Ram Das Guru,
Great. Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru,
Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru.
Guru Ram Das Guru.
Guru Ram Das Guru.
Okay, we're just going to sing it together 3 times, okay? You and me both, and everybody out there.
All right, sing with us.
Let's go for it. Guru, Guru,
Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru, 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 Wahe Guru,
Guru Ram Das
Guru, 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 Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru, 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 Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru,
Guru, Guru,
Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das.
Let's do it one more time.
Guru, Guru, Wahe
Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru.
Let's totally sabotage that. I'm sorry.
Okay, like that's the delay on this platform. That's
Okay.
not your fault.
Okay. All right. I felt like I was going, and then I felt like you were pausing, so it must be a little bit of a delay, but we tried.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Okay. That was a
But
lot.
all we're saying, so so your mind doesn't go, what am I saying? You're
Mhm.
saying, I'm calling on the guidance of light that's going to come through to transform me and carry me to the light. I'm saying it 8 times. This is an 8-part mantra, Ashtang.
Mhm.
Always, that's what makes Naad. So
Is
I'm
that
saying,
because 8 is infinity?
yes, that's right.
Okay.
So we're saying Guru Guru Wahe Guru. So we're saying this wisdom of Guru, this great wisdom, is wow, Wahe Guru. And we're going to personify it through Guru Ram Das. Why through Guru Ram Das? Because Guru Ram Das means the servant of infinity. So we can identify and move ourselves into that space of, well, I may be Angela in this life and SatKirin in that life, but when I'm in infinity, I'm everything. I'm part of everything. Guru Ram Das Guru, and I'm in the light. So there we go. There's your
Love
mantra.
it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so what does true service or seva look like in this modern age or of spiritual entrepreneurship and content creation? Because you are a digital creator yourself.
That's a good question because seva, really, it's a very strong action. It's when we do something without any need or want for a return. No praise. It's a totally selfless action that we do to serve another person, to serve a community, but it's serving with the highest consciousness. It's not like, oh, I'm going to feed this guy and then he's going to be happy forever. That's not happening. It's what you do to keep that vibration of service and the realm of selflessness. If you get paid, you already got your reward. If you're doing real seva, you build this spiritual bank account. That bank account is infinite. It's not in Chase Bank. It's in the spiritual realm. And that's what you need, because we don't think about that. We're just concerned with the material. So do things to serve other people, and especially if it's in a space of, I'm sorry, my desk keeps going up. Keep yourself in the space of what service truly is, whether you're serving the Peace Corps or you're going to a chant and you're preparing food. Invite people into your home instead of having a party and getting all juiced up, and chant over food and serve that food.
Isn't that like prasad?
Prasad, prasad. Yeah. Because you're blessing the food.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. That's why my food tastes so good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, honey, everybody, let's go to Angela's house.
Well, I'm making my book Feed Your Chakra, so there's definitely recipes in there, but it's more than that. You are an example of someone who feeds their chakras. So
Yeah. Okay. Here's a little story. I invited some people over for lunch the other day. I was ending up with mother and a father with 4 kids, all under the age of 7, and then another couple from Chile with 2 kids. So anyway, I'm sitting there watching these kids eat. The kids are like 2 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, and 7. They're eating everything. They're eating the salad. They're eating the tofu. They're eating, and it's just like they're eating the potatoes. And I'm looking at them saying, my God, you're such good eaters. I have a grandson who will only eat macaroni and cheese. And I said to the mom, what do you do? She said, you know what? My kids don't eat like this all the time, but your food happens to be, it has something special about it. So they're enjoying your food. And I says, thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, so you have created such a rich and a spiritually deep body of work. And so when you look at your legacies or your students or your listeners, what do you hope that people take away from that and carry forward?
Okay. I think about that. I definitely do. And my orientation is definitely that I use this channel to uplift myself. And then the legacy is this channel should be there to uplift other people. And that's really, really important. I think if you have the capacity to be able to elevate yourself, if you can elevate another person and help them get through whatever it is they need to get through, you're doing a human job. And for me personally, I created Naad Academy, and I was just thinking, just give me a couple people who want to learn all this stuff that I learned over my 50 years being a student of Yogi Bhajan, a student of the Shabad Guru, and learning all this stuff. So that's my legacy, is to pass this on. That's why I'm glad I have albums, these Kirtan albums, because I have, it's like if I die tomorrow, I don't have to worry about did I do my job? It's like it's done. So anyway, but anybody who wants to join me, you're most welcome. Come. We'll get together once a month. We'll meditate at our meditation group, and you can learn all these different shabads and mantras and make them your own and share them as much as possible. That's it. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's great. So we're getting close to the end here. So I just wanted to know if I didn't touch on anything that you would like to share with the viewers.
Okay.
Before.
I think we pretty well covered it.
I think we covered a lot. It was really good. Thank you.
After this just comes the practice, just comes taking yourself through the levels of realization. And I can tell you that it's not necessarily easy, but if you set yourself a space in your home where you can sit down and not be interfered with auditorily, like make yourself an altar somewhere, a place where you can sit quietly and do your meditation, do your chanting, do your recitation, and know that you can always go to that space and do it. And go join other people who are doing it. Whether I think it's one of the characteristics. I just read a book called Christianity and Sikhism, because I have a Christian student and I'm teaching her Kirtan. So, and in the book it says, well, the commonalities between Christianity and Sikhism and Judaism is group singing. So practice the group singing. Do it and explore all the different levels of group singing and start with your own practice. So take that simple mantra and use it. Make it automatic. Make it come into your mind when you're really frustrated and irritated, and allow it to help you transfer into a neutral mind and use your breath. And that's a good start. So
Beautiful. SatKirin, thank you from the bottom of my heart for blessing me and all of us with your wisdom, your presence, your frequency, and your truth today. Your music is more than a melody, it's medicine. And today's conversation reminded all of us that sacredness of sound and of the power of devotion and the grace that's available to you when you tap into this rhythm or the dance with the divine.
mm-hmm.
So thank you to everyone who is watching, and thank you for tuning into another sacred session of Feed Your Chakras. You can also find more of SatKirin's offerings, including her monthly chant and chat club, which she just mentioned, her upcoming performances, and Naad Academy trainings at Naad-Academy.com, and that is Naad with 2 A's in it. I'll put it up in the replay so everybody can see that. And if you did feel your energy shift today, congratulations. If you didn't, don't worry, just keep practicing. If you've received a message or mantra that resonated, I invite you to share this in the episode, write it in the comments below, and don't forget to follow, to like, and to return to this vibration whenever you need to come home to yourself. So until next time, stay grounded, stay radiating, and keep feeding your chakras.